What's poppin'? It's your girl Jazzy J. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, welcome. If not, what is up, Buttercup? Today is Sunday, which means it's my lovely little segment, manga and a mukbang, where I talk about webcomics and eat food. And for today, I have soup. Particularly like a noodle soup, like ramen, but it's instant ramen that I kind of doctored up a little bit, so it's real good. Last week we talked about Totem's Realm and my thoughts and opinions on Totem's Realm, but more so the height disparity between Shaka and Sera, and the fact that Shaka would pretty much obliterate Sera. If you get it, you get it. Wink, wink, hint, hint. But if you want to go ahead and check out that video, go ahead and check that out in the manga and a mukbang playlist, or I can probably go ahead and drop that down in the description box below. Now, going into this video, I'm going to be talking about a video that I love. It's a little bit more on the heartbreaking side. It's called Karina's Last Days. This particular webcomic is a romance slash fantasy webcomic. I will say right now at the very beginning, if you have gone through any child abuse, manipulation, neglect, any of that stuff, this is going to be a very triggering webcomic for you, because she's put through a lot, like a lot. I know that this was a webcomic that is still currently ongoing right now. There are 35 chapters that I have read up to at the moment, because that's all there was out at the moment, and I think that was like 1 or 2 months ago or something like that. So there's probably more out, but if you want to like read the whole thing, I would probably give to the end of the year roughly, or go ahead and read it now, honestly, whatever, you know, floats your fancy, and then just keep up with the webcomic, because I've done that before, especially with webcomics where they update like every week, or sometimes once every 2 days or 3 days or something like that. Whatever you like. The art quality though, fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I know it's only 35 chapters in, so it's very possible that the art quality could drop, but it is beautiful. There are literally some scenes that are little art pieces, just works of art, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for a good story and for good art. The story starts off essentially with our main character Karina going off to see her fiancé, whichever one the male part is, asking if she can live there. Her fiancé really doesn't care that she wants to live there for the time being, especially since she made an arduous trek from where her family is up to where her fiancé is in an attempt to escape her family. I'll go over that briefly without hopefully spoiling too much. I mean, if that's something that you want me to do, like, fine, I guess, but for the people who actually want to go out and read the webcomic, I'd rather not, you know? He's like, sure. She's like, alright, cool, well, I'm gonna be out of your way, just pretend I don't exist. And then we quickly flash back to how in the world did she get to that area? How did she get to that point where she ran away from home? Karina's family is made up of her mom, her dad, and two younger siblings, a brother and a sister. Now, her younger sister is sick. She was born sickly, not very strong at all. Her younger brother is pretty healthy, but both of them are very spoiled, rotten kids. I don't remember if they're twins or not. They might be twins. Or the brother might be a little bit older than the younger sister, but Karina is definitely the oldest by a few years. Because Karina is the oldest, oh, and here's the thing as well, Karina is a brunette. Everybody else in her family is blonde, but Karina is biologically the daughter of her mother and father. I don't know why this is in particular. I don't know if her hair color has anything to do with it, but her parents brutally neglect her. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Karina's birthday, it of course happens every year, but in the story, this particular birthday, actually most of her birthdays, they have said, oh, well, we were originally going to throw a birthday party for you, but then we realized that we wanted to go on a picnic with your younger siblings, so, you know, for the sake of your younger siblings, you can forget your birthday, right? What? Or there was a time that Karina took her younger sibling, her younger sister, out to the market to have a little bit of fun because her younger sister kept whining and begging and whining and begging, can I go out to the market? And her sister's like, well, you really do need to stay inside. Your mother and father have said you need to stay inside. You're not very healthy, yada, 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 the whole 9 yards. Eventually she convinces her because the younger sister's like, well, I'm going to complain. And Karina's like, well, if I don't take you out, I'm going to get in trouble. If I do take you out, I'm going to get in trouble. So let me just go ahead and take you out. She ends up getting like this, I don't know, like street food. Maybe it's like a sausage or a pastry. I don't remember specifically what it was. But her sister gets sick after eating it. And her parents, of course, blame Karina because Karina's the older one and knew that she wasn't supposed to. But she said, well, my younger sister also knew that she wasn't supposed to. I told her that she wasn't supposed to, and she said, I don't care. I want to eat it anyway. So, despite what I was trying to tell her, she ate it. And here's where we are. And they're like, oh, well, you know, baby sister, it's okay, it's okay. This isn't your fault. This is entirely on Karina. And Karina's like, I don't, like, you want me to take care of her. So I took care of her. There's nothing wrong with her wanting to try something different. But you're blaming me instead of blaming her, knowing full well that she is the one who is sickly, you know? Let me break it down to you a little more, because some of you might be saying like, oh, you know, they're just being strict on her and whatnot, and you know, they're just trying to be good parents and protective of her younger sibling. Karina's parents did not know where Karina's room was. So they're nobles, okay? So they're rich people. And they have a relatively big mansion with a lot of rooms, of upstairs and downstairs, I think a garden as well. They're nobles, alright? Karina's parents have been to Karina's room so little times that they genuinely forgot where she lived. They put her, so like, if this is a hallway, right? And this is their upper floor of their mansion, whatever. And Karina's mom and dad are over here. Younger sis and younger bro are over here. Karina's like over here. Alone. Or maybe like way up here. Alone. In a corner. And nobody goes over there to visit. She's literally isolated from the rest of her family. And they're just like, yeah, that's fine. Karina literally puts herself down all the time. All the time. And her family's like, well, you're just being ungrateful. Specifically her father. Yeah, her father's a little bit worse than her mother. But specifically her father, he's like, well, you're just being ungrateful, and, you know, this is something that you need to do for your little siblings, and you need to take care of them, and this and that. And me as a reader, I'm like, if I ever got my hands on this father, I would strangle him. I would strangle him, because this is triggering for me. This is triggering for me, okay? That feeling of people not coming to check on you, to the point, like, I guess this is really going to be a spoiler, but Karina has this thing called art disease. And this is why it gets the title Karina's last days. So art disease is a disease that very few people develop. Essentially, you get this magnificent talent, whether it's in music or painting or drawing or gardening or something within the fine arts area. You get this immaculate talent, but in exchange, you lose something. So for example, maybe a sculptor would lose the use of his hands. Maybe a singer would lose the use of their voice, etc., etc. And there are different degrees of art disease. Some people just lose that particular limb and they stop being able to use it. For others, like Karina, they end up losing their life. So Karina is a very talented artist to the point where she's able to draw something and it will literally come off the pages and come to life. And it will stick around for as long as she desires it to be around. Now, the problem is every single time she draws, though, a little bit more of her life is chipped away. So she has been drawing for so long and had no idea that this was happening because nobody ever sent a doctor to check up on her. She literally, when she was younger, tried to show her parents the drawings that she was making. You know how little kids do. Like, Mom, Dad, I made this thing. Look at it. I made a butterfly. Isn't it so pretty? Isn't it so cute? And her parents are like, that's nice. Oh, actually, they didn't even say that's nice. They said, Karina, I'm busy right now. Can you leave? I'm trying to show you my drawing as a 5-year-old, as a 6-year-old, and you're telling me that I'm bothering you? Can I leave? And this happens for years. Years! And so when she's finally started noticing that when she was drawing, I don't remember if she started bleeding out of her nose or if she was getting really faint or whatever, but she ended up going to the doctor and she's like, what in the world is happening to me? And the doctor was like, I think you have art disease, and I think you have the worst kind of art disease, where the more you use your art, the more likely it is for you to pass away early. And she said, I see. Well, I don't have a life worth living anyway, so I'd rather continue with my art and pass on early, because to be quite honest with you, even if I did pass on, I don't think anyone would notice. It's really sad. It's genuinely sad. Her mother and her father, I think she tried to tell them, just to have a conversation with them. She didn't even get to speak. She just walked in the room and they're like, Karina, can you get out the room? You're bothering me right now. Like, she was just there. So she never actually told them that she was dying. She never told her brother and her sister that she was dying because all the attention was on her brother and sister. So because of that, she's like, well, there's no point in me living here anymore. I'm not going to live out my days in misery. Let me go far north, I think it is, to my fiancé, and live with him for the rest of my days. At least that way I'll be happy and we can break off the engagement. And then I don't have to worry. When I tell you what happens shocks me. She packed up her stuff and she left. Nobody knew she was gone for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks! You mean to tell me that you don't notice one of your children is gone for 2 weeks? For 2 weeks! She didn't leave a note. She didn't leave anything behind. Her mother and father literally said, well, where's Karina's room? What? What? I'm sorry. Did you really just ask where your oldest daughter's room is? And then they they thought that when she was gone, they're like, oh, she's just being selfish. She just wants the attention all on her. She's gonna come back around and she's gonna get on her knees and apologize because this is not how a noble is supposed to be treating, and da 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 da. And I was like, oh my gosh. I hate everybody here in this family. I hate them all. They are trash. Oh my god. I don't want to spoil anymore, and I'm gonna get really heated. I don't want to keep this going for too long. So I'm just gonna finish it up here. There's a lot that goes on. So again, just be prepared for the read. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Turn on the bell notification so that you know when I post a new video. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel because I'd love to see it. What are your thoughts on those comments? Drop that down in the comments below. Yeah. Oh, follow me on all my social media, which is Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon. I do have a Patreon. I'll drop that all into the description box below. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.